Today on the AWC podcast, we're talking about saying no is saying yes, and that's an article from the February issue of American Window Cleaner magazine. Thanks for spending some time with me today. And as you know, the AWC podcast highlights a different article straight from the American Window Cleaner magazine. And if you aren't getting your monthly magazine mailed to your door, well, what the heck? What are you doing? Go to awcmag.com/sub to get yours now. Every issue's got loads of more articles, reviews, pictures, and of course, the famous window cleaning sticker sheet. Because who doesn't love stickers? Go and get that. Again, awcmag.com/sub and get your monthly magazine. So today we're talking about saying no is saying yes, and this is by Gabe. It's in the section called Gabe's Corner. He is an awesome guy. He is an Into the Flow me if you haven't seen that Facebook group. Super good group of dudes and gals there. But he's talking today about being too busy. Now, I know a lot of us are thinking, well, what the heck are we talking about being busy for? It's winter, or we're coming into spring. We're not quite there. But different parts of the country have different seasons. There are some parts of the country that right now are busy. It's the southern half of the U.S., smack in the middle of their busy season right now. Think about it. Snowbirds. You have people who just travel in general. You have tourism. People want to travel to nice warm places when it's cold out. Well, those people need to get their windows done. So all of that kind of comes down to creating some very, very busy times for people. And this is kind of a really good article, I think. It just talks about being too busy or saying yes to everything and not really focusing on what you need to. And I think the important part for that, actually, for this whole thing, comes out that we can use this even in our busy time if you are in the normal season range. So it basically starts off talking about the lie that you tell yourself. And we've all said this. I know I have. I know you have. I know we all have. It's a small business owner thing. But it says, this year I'm not going to kill myself by working too hard. And then every year you're racing to get the last few windows done before sunset on a Sunday. Now, I have to tell you, when I started my business 15 years ago, I told myself I would not work weekends. I didn't want to work weekends anymore. But I also said I wasn't going to start work until 10 in the morning, and that lasted about a year until I realized that just wasn't good business practice. But with that all being said, there is some of us out here that are working that work all the time. We just work nonstop. And we always say yes. Anything that somebody comes up to us, a job or a gig, windows that you know are going to take forever, you just can't put it in. Hey, is there any way you could get it done this week? Is there any way you could get it done this week? And of course you can't. But of course you say yes. Of course you say yes. He says in the first part of this, he says, psychologists say that the fear of losing something is actually twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining it. Think of that. He says that the fear of losing something is actually twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining it. So when we look at this and we go, man, that $1,000 job, that's a $10,000 job. These jobs that they're just too big, they come on too quick, right? We get beat up on them and we go, man, I got this job. It's $10,000, but I need it done in the next 4 days. You're moving things. You're just trying to do. Everything in your being is telling you you need this. Everything in your being is telling you I can't lose this money. Because we've all been there. We've all been at that spot where we don't know where the next dollar is coming from. We don't know where our next payment for our mortgage or trucks or whatever is coming from. We're scraping by, right? Oh, man, if I could just have one job, that $1,000 job, man, would that just change everything? It would change everything. So we have that in our head. I always call it our small business PTSD, right? We have that in our head, and it makes it so hard to say no. We know we shouldn't. We know we shouldn't work as much as some of us do, but we still do. Another reason he talks about in the article is wanting to help. He says there's a reason that your loyal customers call you year after year. A big thing is we know we should be firing people. We know we shouldn't be, Ellen calls every year and she's it's always emergency. The past 4 years, it's been an emergency. Call earlier. What happens? Ellen calls, this is an emergency. I need you to do it tomorrow. Can you help me out? What do we say? Every single time. Of course. Of course we can, Ellen. We'll move some things around. Let me see what I can do. And for you, we'll do that. Now all of a sudden you're working Sunday. Now all of a sudden you're working it got dark an hour ago. You're still packing up your stuff. It's Saturday. Where's your family? Where's everybody you like and love? Your friends? Not that we could do much now anyway during this time of COVID, but you want to help. The thought of letting these cherished clients down before their special event just kills you. He says it like that. And I think that's super smart. Because I know that a lot of the times I've said yes because I didn't want to disappoint. I thought I was helping. But again, remember that we're a luxury business. Remember, we are a luxury business. There's a podcast in the window cleaning world called the WCR Nation. I heard the guys, he's pretty cool here. But on that program, it's actually talked about a lot. We're a luxury business. We have to understand we're a luxury business. No one is going to die because we don't get to their job. No one is going to have their family ruined or their family function. Yeah, you might be a little embarrassed because your windows might be dirty, but if you got family coming in, you got a family reunion, and your windows are dirty, it doesn't matter. Your family's still here. Everybody's still going to show up. It's still going to be a great event. You're just going to have dirty windows, right? We are a luxury. And the sooner we can actually understand that we're a luxury, the better this all happens. It just makes things so much easier for us. He says, to have a successful business cleaning windows, you must have a passion for the work. But the downside to that, having a passion, he says, working 12 days a week. We all remember working 12-hour days and not thinking anything of it. We're transitioning to working 4 10-hour days. It just didn't feel right? We just can't cut it down. That meme that's going out, that 40 hours a week. I remember my first part-time job, right? It's that same concept. It's so hard, though, when we're used to working because we do know that what we put into it is what we get out. What you put in to your business is what you get out. It's just that simple. So the big thing is that if you are putting more in, you're getting more out. Again, we don't want to lose anything. We don't want to lose money, right? But there is an actual cost of loss aversion. There just is. It's when you take every job that comes your way, you may be taking away opportunities to be more efficient and raise your profitability. Profitability. Oh man, there's the word. Now, let me fill you in with a little bit of, it's a secret. It's a secret. But gross is for others. Net is for you. No one is out there talking about, oh man, I netted $100,000 this year. I netted it. No, they're talking about their gross. Everybody's out there saying, oh man, I made $700,000 last year. Well, that's nice. That's what you produced. But what did you make? Right? And that's the thing. And the cost of loss aversion, the problem comes in is that there is always times to be more efficient. There's always times to actually make more money without making more money, right? Work harder That's for the chumps. Work smarter, not harder, right? You can work hard, but if you're doing it the right way, if you're working the right way, you're going to be making more money. It's just that simple. I think this is such an interesting article, by the way. If you get a chance to read it, if you haven't gotten your subscription, please do. American Window Cleaner Magazine, the longest running window cleaning magazine in the country since 1986. You got to be part of it. You got to get your hands on these stickers. You got to get these articles and just keep this. I mean, this is our industry, right? Be proud. But the rest of this article kind of goes on and talking about it's like, are you actually helping by doing what you think you're doing to help? Right? Are you helping? What's the cost lost? Right? You know a lot more when you actually understand that it's counterintuitive. It just is. Right? We all want to work, we want to make more, which means we got to work harder, which our friends and family and everybody else can't see us not working so hard. But there is something extremely powerful about saying no, keeping a healthy business, keeping a healthy company. There's something super, super strong and sexy, if I dare say, about having a company run smoothly. I'm telling you, I would 100%, and I know you would too if you really thought about it. We look at these guys, and in American Window Cleaner Magazine, we always have Rigs and Digs, right? Which is just awesome success stories with some amazing companies, trucks, buildings, everything else. But there's something to be said with that. There's something to be said because I would rather see a strong company than a big company. I've been big. I've been strong. I've been both different versions. And I'm telling you something, there's something to be said for the guy, and this may be you, out there, one-man show, doing it. Right? You're out there, you're getting the money, you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're running it to your rules, and every dollar you make is a dollar you keep. That is a strong company. You're making still the same amount, but you can work a lot less or a lot smarter to make the same amount. I would 100% rather have a water-fed pole doing a casement house on level ground in a new construction than I would doing, storm windows on a garbage 70s house. Everybody is in the same boat, right? Working smarter is working better. It's working harder by not working harder. And that's where this all kind of comes in. If you haven't checked it out, please do. Go to awcmag.com/sub and get yourself the magazine. Again, this comes from the February issue of the American Window Cleaner Magazine. Just so you guys know, too, if you're listening, thank you so much if you are subscribed. And I do apologize for the post office being awful right now. We are just getting hit as of recording this episode. Look at the date right now. The post office has had the February issue of the magazine for 4-5 weeks, more than that. They've had it for 1 month and 10 days, and people still have not gotten it. That's just beyond me. It's just absurd. So I do apologize about that, but if you are getting a magazine, understand that moving forward, we've switched mail houses. Still dealing with the post office, of course. We can't get around that. But the type of postage that we're doing, we're changing that also. So hopefully everybody will get it a lot done quicker. So again, I definitely appreciate everything. Go get your copy of American Window Cleaner Magazine. If you guys want swag, shirts, stickers, back issues, anything, go to the site, awcmag.com. It's all there under shopping. Check it out and get yourself some awesome things. But until next week, I really do appreciate you guys listening, and we'll talk to you again.